welcome. It is good to be able to see what we refer to commonly as a full house, and the chances are that a few more of the empty seats will be filled shortly. But are you delighted to be here? Are you delighted to be here? Well, you haven't got too much idea of why we are here, but you will discover shortly. And it is important to try and figure out why we are here. There's a question mark. Why we might be here. You see, this is a question that only humans are able to direct toward themselves or to each other and find answers. Animals, no. Animals, no. Why? Because they are programmed, we say. Instinct drives and guides animals by and large. They do what they're supposed to do, and that's what generation after generation of creatures continue to do. So the reason why they're there is because instinct tells them that they need to eat, procreate, and die. That's it. Eat, survive, procreate, and then they pass on. But thankfully, humans are not quite like that. We are able to ask why, and then we tend to, or should rather, reinvent ourselves. Have you heard that expression? Only humans are able to reinvent themselves. That seems like a philosophical idea, but it is also a very commonplace idea. It's what drives us. We are not happy just doing that, being born, finding some food, procreating, and then saying, now it's time to die because the next generation has come. No, we're not happy. We are always thinking way into the future. And that's an interesting, even important factor that should affect everyone in this room. You notice what's there on the backdrop? Power to change. Change what? Well, there's not much we can change in this building, can you? It's there. Not much you can do with the fittings here, the carpets, and the tables and chairs. They're there. Not much you can change. So, power to change what? Maybe you can change the direction a little bit, but that's not the change that we're talking about. It's about changing ourselves. So, we are perhaps going to be inspired, that's something inside there, inspired to effect change on ourselves, attitudes, behavior, thinking. So when I ask you that question, why are we here? Perhaps that's the way we need to be thinking. It's not a question of I'm needing to be here because this is happening today and I'm going to be sitting through the day and at the end of the day I'm going back because that's what I'm supposed to do. Well, that's instinct. No. This is an important thing. Now, before we go on, we would like to suggest a couple of things. One is that if you have mobile devices with you now, it would be prudent to have them switched off. I might even suggest that you render them silent, but actually, if it's going to go buzz, buzz inside of your pocket, you will be distracted. And so, of course, some of that energy is going to be taken away because you're now wondering who it is, who's calling you. Do I have to run out there and answer the phone? So if you switch it off, you'll be wise. Thank you. And so there it is. So that's one. The other thing is, if it be possible during a period of a break or intermission, if you have business cards or visiting cards, there's a receptacle outside there in the foyer area, a bowl, and it is suggested that you place your business card in there, and that's for a good reason, more of which you will discover later on. But the idea is to place that in there. Well, I have said that piece. Now, next, as is customary, we would like to welcome some people. We have some guests who are invited, and we would like to mention them with respect. Mr. Kumar Veerasurya. Kumar happens to be one who has had a great deal to do with Mr. Dhammika Kalapuge and the work that he does. So we would like to say welcome to Kumar Veerasurya. Mr. Sudat Tennakone is the chairman of Central Bearings Private Limited. Mr. Gotabe Jayatilaka, the director of Central Bearings Private Limited, Ms. Chamindra Hemachandra, the Managing Director of Mallika Hemachandra Jewelers, Mr. Lalit Wijayatunga, Senior Captain and Main Air, Mr. Jitendra Gunatilaka, Head of Finance with LOLC, and Ms. Hasanti Deseram, Head of HR with Asari Hospitals. Thank you very much for being here. We would also like to offer thanks and recognition of the support provided by the Vijaya Newspapers Group. They have provided their sponsorship of this event and support. Vijay Publishers and Lasana Flora have done some table decor and some outside as well. So thank you very much to Lasana Flora. And our event today is being handled by Global Event Management Company, and we're grateful for their support as well. This is a vast crowd and a mixed one, we say, mixed by virtue not of the gender, but of the areas of business represented here. 59 companies are represented here, which is a very unusual aggregation of people, don't you think? I don't think 59 different companies and personnel will usually have an opportunity to meet and interact. You might meet in some sort of public area like a fair or something, but you never get to talk to each other. But this is unusual. So I'm just going to mention the 59 in alphabetical order. Alankara SKR Private Limited, Arpitech Private Limited, Asari Hospitals, Autoland Private Limited, Brandix Lanka Limited, Central Bearing Private Limited, Salinco Life PLC, CIC Agribusiness, Citizens Development Business Finance Limited, CodeGen International Private Limited, Cooperative Leasing Company Limited, Dilaroo, Lanka Currency and Security Print Private Limited. Then come DFCC Vardhana Bank, Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC, Eastern Brokers Private Limited, ED&F Man Sugar Limited, Emirates, Fantasia Elastics Private Limited, First Capital Holdings PLC, Graphic Systems, Hamidia, Haley's Group, Horizon Campus, Senate Business Solutions Private Limited, IBM Industrial Clothings Limited, Jana Shakti Insurance PLC, Lasana Flora Private Limited, LOLC, Mercantile Investments and Finance PLC, Melster Regal Finance Limited, Mean Air, Mondi 78, National Development Bank, that's NDB, National Insurance Trust Fund Board, Lavantis IT Private Limited, Navaloka Construction Company Private Limited, Pan Asia Banking Corporation PLC, People's Bank, Pereira and Sons Bakers Private Limited, Sampath Information Technology Solutions Limited, Sunken Construction Private Limited, Sarat Driving School and Motorists Academy, Singhagiri Private Limited. Oh, that's not all. More to come. Then we have Siapata Finance PLC, SoftLogic Finance PLC, Sri Lanka Customs, Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, the Kingsbury Hotel, Tessera Engineering Services, Toyota Lanka Private Limited, Trionics Private Limited, Unidil Packaging, Union Assurance General Limited, Union Assurance PLC, Union Bank PLC, Vijay Newspapers, Worth Lanka Private Limited, and Yatra Travels Private Limited. Enormous combination of talent, we might say.